Just over a month into his role as the new Assistant Secretary for the Land Transportation Office, Vigor Mendoza has faced numerous crises already. We've seen a spate of road rage incidents, of course, the backlog of driver's license cards, and also license plates. And today, we're joined by ASIC to talk about these issues. So actually, ASIC, hello, welcome to the show.
Hi, hello.
Opo, sir. So, first time niyo po dito with Rappler, right?
Oh, yeah, this is my first time.
Sir. So, as of today, I think you're just a bit shy of 2 months in office po, no? July 25 was when you assumed office.
That's right.
Sir, so how would you evaluate your time with LTO so far po?
Yeah, I've grown 10 years older in 42 days. So this is how it feels to grow this fast at such a short period of time. There's so many challenges that we're facing, all at the same time. No? But it's good. LTO is a lot of very professional people, despite some of the impressions that others would have. And we're able to cope, we're able to plan, we're able to put things together so that we can address all these concerns that would affect millions of people's lives.
Sir, so maybe you can tell us a bit about what prompted you to take on this role.
Oh,
Is this something you're passionate about po?
yeah, I've been with the transport sector. I've been working with the transport sector for over, 2 decades now, in various capacities. I started off as lawyers to them, consultant to some of the transport organizations. I worked with the LTFRB. I worked in Congress as a congressman representing the transport sector. And now, here now, the Assistant Secretary of the LTO. And I felt that this agency, among the different agencies under the DOTR, would have the greatest impact when it comes to transport planning, because it is focused towards implementation. And I think one of the biggest problems when it comes to transport is implementation. Motor vehicle inspection, roadworthiness, safety of passengers. LTO takes care of implementing all the laws when it comes to road transport. And so I'm placed in this very humble and but yet a very all-encompassing role, so that hopefully, in the end of my stint here, I could say that the advocacies I had in the beginning have all been fulfilled.
Sir, so speaking of the different things that you've been doing in LTO, I think the one that comes to mind as the most recent issue, so the road rage incidents.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So maybe you could tell us more about that. Ano na po yung latest?
Well, the NCR director conducted the hearing of the case. We notified the people affected, and unfortunately, Mr. Gonzalez did not come. I think he sent his daughter in his place, who surrendered his license, but did not submit a counter affidavit to refute the evidence that was already been presented. The owner of the vehicle already also came forward and said in a sworn statement that she had sold already the vehicle to Mr. Gonzalez's son. So as far as the owner of the vehicle is concerned, wala na siyang kasalanan, no? But in the case of Mr. Gonzalez, we imposed a penalty of revocation of license up to with disqualification to apply for a new one for the next 2 years.
Sir, so just to clarify po, no, this means that Gonzalez will not be able to use his driver's license.
Yes,
for the next 2 years.
it should come out by this afternoon.
Right,
No?
right.
We revoked his license and disqualified him from applying for a new license for the next 2 years. This is what the law allows us to do, because the maximum we can give is only 4 years revocation under the law. So if death or serious injuries are involved, here wala naman death, wala naman serious. So we graduated it downwards based on the gravity of the offense.
So this is the biggest that LTO could do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Kasi I remember po, sir, when the issue first came out, no, if you look at the reaction of people, it's always suspend the license of these people at once. Pero there's a due process po, no? We would say that
Always
90 days is the most.
we maintain the due process. We allow the other parties to present their side. I guess what's most telling about Mr. Gonzalez, now that the case has been resolved, no, is the fact that he even had to bring out his gun. And there seems to, at least as far as LTO is concerned, there seems to be no justifiable reason or imminent danger to the extent of having to bring out his gun. And that sort of aggravated the situation. But it's tantamount to grave threats if you look at it. And I understand criminal cases have already been filed in relation to this. So as far as LTO is concerned, we will be furnishing Mr. Gonzalez our decision on the matter, and then he has the right to appeal this if he thinks that it is too grave a penalty for his offense.
But aside from this, no, parang he's also facing criminal charges.
That's what I understand from the news.
So, ano naman po yung ano? There were two incidents, right? So there was also the other one involving yung the police, the off-duty policeman, and yung parang the one identifying. As,
That's still under
army officer.
investigation right now.
Under
But yes,
investigation pa po.
that's another one.
But they've also been ano po, di ba? Parang
We also
temporarily
issued
suspended.
we issued also temporary suspensions and show cause orders for them to explain. But that's pending right now.
So as of now, parang ongoing pa yung.
Ongoing pa.
Maybe when can we expect po an update siguro?
Well,
Something like that.
given that this is over, so maybe another week, maybe we can resolve already. I'm not sure if the other parties have already answered the charges or asked for time to answer the charges. So we'll take it from there.
Sige, sir. All right. Siguro we can move on to another, a bit of a hot issue. Sir, so, on the issue naman po,
Yeah.
driver's license.
Sa mo kinabahan ka agad.
Sir, so maybe you can tell us a bit about how, I think now there's different licenses po. I mean, not different licenses, but different ways that consumers can still use it, right? You have yung paper license,
Right.
the card itself, and then also electronic license.
Right.
Tama po ba?
Yes. Well, the electronic license, it's not yet very popular. People don't know how yet to use this on a day-to-day basis. And so that's something we'd like to explore further by way of info drive. But ultimately, down the road, it would serve as your license in lieu of the physical license. So you don't really have to bring your license already. You just have to show your electronic driver's license. No? But it is something that people have not catch on yet. So we're not hanging on that because they might not be able to understand how it is implemented on the ground. So we now have our paper license. So this is basically the official receipt which was issued to the driver once they apply for a license or renews a license. And then we stamp at the back that this is valid until X. No. So that's the paper license. So now the card license. Hopefully we can get our cards back.
Sir, yung card license naman po, from what I understand, there's also an extension for the card licenses.
Yeah, we have an automatic extension to those whose license expired from April 3, 2023 until April 1, 2024. It's deemed extended automatically. No need to go to the LTO, no need to pay anything. It's extended until April 3, 2024. Or until we are able to get our card license already up and running, and we have already addressed the backlog. Then we will probably, once it happens, and there's no need to let it drag until April 2024. We will inform the public that the licenses are ready already, and so they can apply for the renewal. But we'll have to time it so that not everyone will rush and get their licenses. No? So we're hoping that that will be the case, but if not, at least for the next year, until April of next year, they can rest peacefully, no need to pay anything, no need to go to the LTO, no? And we will be informing the traffic enforcers so they won't be hassled by it.
So kunwari, if I get stopped, no, then I have to present my
The old one.
okay lang.
Okay
Kahit
lang.
expired technically.
Basta it expired as of April 3, 2000. Kung nag-expire yan 2 years ago, ibang usapan yun.
Sige po, sir. So I think that's one thing that we can
Yeah.
let our viewers know that
Yes.
it's extended and that will hopefully help for those who have expiring licenses.
Yeah, we agree with it was Congress who suggested that to us, no? And we saw the wisdom in that suggestion.
Right.
So that's why
Sir,
we did it.
But how about for those naman po who are relying on their licenses? Maybe, for example, OFWs po, no? I think they're one of the priorities.
We still have some licenses with us, which were not acquired from the present supplier, the subject of the case. So we are reserving that precisely for OFWs or Filipinos who are planning to go abroad and would need a license.
So in that sense, medyo ano naman sila. They're covered for.
Yeah, it's so far we're good. No? Hopefully this doesn't drag too long, because I really don't know how far this will go. But yes, as of today, we are able to cater to the OFW needs.
But how about in terms of projection, how long kaya would that last yung supply for the OFW?
Well, I'm not sure. We are coordinating with the PUA and the Department of Migrant Workers to see the need for this, because not all OFWs naman
Right.
require a license. So these are more or less the truck drivers who are planning to work abroad. So it's not that many naman.
So for them lang parang.
Covered naman sila.
Okay, sir. So another issue naman
Yeah.
on the plates.
So,
So
every time you mention issue, I tend to cough.
sir, baka ano, kinakabahan na kayo.
Automatic stress coughing.
Ito naman yung the license plates. I think there's many different license plate categories po. No? You have yung motorcycle, you have the motor vehicle, and then also the yung replacement
Yes.
plates. Opo, sir.
Yes.
So if I recall correctly, may I forgot the exact date, but COA came out with a report yung flagging 1.7
Yes.
million. Opo,
Yes. Well,
na license plates.
those refer to the replacement plates. Now, remember, we're transitioning from the green plate, to now to these black and white plates. Now.
Right.
So there are around 3.3 million vehicles which we should change plates. Out of this 3.3 billion, we have already produced around 1.5 million, but not yet distributed. Then we have another 1.7, this is what you're saying, that have not yet been produced. So this will be the subject of the plates coming in. We will have to produce around 1.7 billion plates to cover the renewal plates. These are all motor vehicle. No, motor vehicle and motorcycle, but mostly motorcycle plates, which we will be bringing out. Then on top of this, we have those that are what we call newly registered units. No? That's around another 200,000 that we have to produce, no? In order to cut. This is the backlog. So it's 1.7 plus 200, around 2 million. But you have 2 million license plates. The delivery to us is around 1.2 million every 2 months.
So-
I'm sorry, 1.2 million every month is a delivery schedule to us until October 2024. So numbers-wise, we could easily wipe out the backlog in a few months.
Sir, pero ano naman yung limiting factor? Is it the production? I mean, once you get the plates, it's still blank, diba?
Yeah.
You still have
Well, that is we can only produce as much as our machines are running.
right.
We can do around 32,000 a day plates. So that's roughly around a million plates a month. So if we're doing a 2 million backlog, that would take us maybe around 4 months to put together. As far as the replacement plates are go.
So once the plates are made, how do the people who actually own those plates, how do they know na?
Well, we have a portal. If your replacement plate is ready, you just type your old plate number, and it will show where your new plate number is available and where you can get them. But we'll also utilize in other regions. We have utilized various platforms, both print, radio, TV, and social media, to inform the motorists if plates are available already
And where their plate is. Parang
and where
the
they can
plate
get them. We have also tapped the various dealers in order to help distributing these plates. And there are some plates with them still not yet distributed. Around 1/3 of the problem are with the dealers. So we are really forcing them and really asking their help to bring out all these plates. So on top of the dealers, we're also tapping the malls. We have offices inside the malls. So we're trying to disperse the distribution points so people can go, not all the people just go to one office. Because if that happens, we'll get over-congested naman. So hopefully with the malls and the dealers working together, we will be able to distribute these plates at the fastest possible time.
Sir, when you say the plates that are already with the dealers, is this yung 1.5 million?
That's right. That's the 1.5 million.
How did it parang get stuck there?
Around 30% is with them. So that's around 500,000. Well, some dealers are not as proactive as compared to others. In the plates are with them, but they do not really go out of their way to inform the person who bought the vehicle from them that the plate is ready. So we're really putting them to task. We're monitoring their turnaround time, making sure that they really bring out these plates. Kasi tinuturo parati LTO, LTO.
Yeah.
Wala yung plaka, nandun na, no? So we have a monitoring system that will tell us if they have, it took how long have they taken as far as the delivery plates are concerned. And we have penalized a lot already as far as delay in the delivery of the ORCR and delay in the delivery of the plates.
So in that case, hopefully mas speed up yung ano.
Oh yeah, we have to. That's a basic. We have a lot of catching up to do. No, so from the delivery point to the production point, everything is double timing.
So hopefully we'll see po, sir.
Yes,
Sana
yes,
naman.
yes. I don't know. Our deadline, our self-imposed deadline is October or next month. No, so some regions, based on their present reports, can meet the deadline. Others, maybe because of the sheer volume, will need a few more months to get it done.
And sir, if I recall correctly, you secured 15 million po?
That's right. That's
15
right.
million
15
plates.
million plates.
And that's enough for the backlog and also for
Oh yeah,
future.
it's more than enough for the backlog. And then in 2024, we have requested a budget to acquire more plates to meet the 2024 demand.
Tapos hopefully that's forecasting enough na hindi magka-shortage.
Well, we're double checking
Right.
since budget is still ongoing. No, we're looking at the manufacturers' production projections, and we'll try to match it as far as plate availability is concerned. So we're very closely coordinating with the motorcycle dealers, manufacturers, importers. Same is true with the automotive four-wheeled vehicle manufacturers and dealers, so that we are in sync with their production.
Sige, sir. Maybe we can go on to long-term plans, which I think
Yeah.
that's also something you have
Maubod
a
naman.
vision for. Sir, these are your advocacies naman po,
Yes,
sir. I
yes,
think
yes.
yung in terms of e-vehicles,
Yeah.
do you have a way that you see LTO
Yeah.
contributing to that?
We think electric vehicles are the thing of the future. It's because of this we have put together a small group that would draft the initial memorandum that would make it simpler for e-vehicle to be propagated in the Philippines. When you talk about e-vehicle, you talk about hybrid vehicles.
Right.
We talk about the mix, no? The mixed fuel and electric or pure electric. So, and we're looking at various types of vehicles. You're talking about the cars, you talk about the trucks, you talk about the bicycles, the tricycles, no? Down to the scooter level. No? So we're trying to make sense, no? Of all these types of vehicles and see its adaptability to Philippine roads. As you will recall, in the news, certain cities in Europe have already pulled out the electric scooters from the roads. So we'd like to study that. We want to be proactive, no? Because we're now seeing a proliferation of these
Dami po,
scooters on the road. No? So we'd like to put up the proper framework as far as safety of the person using the scooter, as well as the safety of the other people around the scooter. So we'd like to be in that score. That's why by the end of this month, we're looking at coming up with a industry-wide conference where all these rules, these new rules will be adopted. No? Subject, of course, to the approvals of our head agency, the DOTR, and Secretary Bautista on the matter. We will propose some change policies when it comes to electric vehicles. But right now, we're just doing the studies, doing the standards. You know? We'd like to pattern our safety standards with that of other more developed countries and see how it will adapt to the Philippine setting. Yeah, but I'm very bullish about electric vehicles.
Sir, just to clarify din siguro for those who use the scooters, no,
Yeah.
ang dami po. For those people, there's no license or anything that they have to get
Yeah.
before buying a scooter po and using it on the road.
Not now.
Not yet.
It's not. There's no, because of the type of motor they use. It's below specs when it comes to the present standard, which would require them to seek a registration from the LTO, as well as the speed. No, their speed is below the 15 kilometer kph per kph. If you exceed that, you have to register already. But they are well below that. No? But we're reviewing, even that we're reviewing already kasi we see them already in the major thoroughfares.
Dami na
Diba?
po.
And then, we'd like, the question is, should the driver have a license?
Right.
Right? So these things are coming into play now. So we want to be very proactive, see what are the best practices abroad, and try to apply it here in the Philippines.
But for e-vehicles naman po, right now, do they have, for example, special license plate or anything like
They
that?
do.
So meron na po.
Meron parang green plate yan. We
Oo.
call it. It's green lined, no? It's a white plate with green markings. So we're starting to produce those plates as well.
Tapos, does that confer certain
Oh, yeah.
benefits or
Well,
anything?
the
for
number one is exempted from color coding. So a lot of people want their plates. Parang exempted na sila, no?
Pero paano po yun? What if you don't have your plate yet as a e-vehicle owner?
Well, if you'll have a problem, the enforcer does not think that you are an electric vehicle, so you'll have to convince the enforcer that you're an electric vehicle. So hassle pa, no? So we'd like to roll out these plates. As we see the manufacturers now, no, they've shown us their projections. Oh, if they hit their projections, I can see this really booming in the Philippines. But a lot of major players, the Honda, Toyota, they're all bringing in their hybrid vehicles already.
So hopefully that's also going to, the push of the LTO will also help.
It's a challenge because we will have to set our standards,
Right.
no? And unfortunately, we don't have that much experience on it yet. So we're getting the assistance of the DOST, of course, no? And again, talking to the private sector industry on this, so they can help us touch base with our foreign counterparts and see what our foreign counterparts are doing. And hopefully, if okay naman, no, in the Philippine setting, we can adopt it
can
in the
adapt
Philippine
it.
setting.
Sige, sir. So this is another thing that I think you feel very strongly about. Sir, yung LTO, it has a very strong historic perception of being very corrupt, no?
Yes.
So what are your measures that you're eyeing to help change that perception?
Oh, first of all, I think it's leadership based. No? You have to set a very strong statement that as far as the leadership goes, you will not tolerate any corruption, and that starts with me, no, as the leader. Zero corruption talaga yan. So everybody else will follow. Starts with that, and then we are very conscious. No? I put the districts to task. No? One thing very helpful for me are the mystery applicants that are going around the entire Philippines. I get reports every day. This specific district offices, names of people who are involved in fixing and all that. No? And I put the district officers, I call them in. I give them the chance, or you either clean it up or we'll take you out. No? So I'm happy to note that those that I've called in have shaped up a bit. No? And there's still a lot of improvement that needs to be made. No? But I start off with my own backyard. No? If I cannot clean up the central office, then that's a big question mark altogether. So I spoke to the head of our licensing in the Diliman, in the central office, and I told him, either you fix this thing, no, because I caught someone red-handed who admitted to me, no? So you have to fix this thing, or we just shut this down. And then the trending, as I see it, no, our licensing centers inside the malls, they seem to be less corrupt prone, right? If you look at it, there's not much fixers, as they call them, inside the malls. Maybe because there are security guards that the mall provide that help out, no? And even our people, they have because it's more relaxed. All the facilities are there. Even our people have a change of mentality. Nakikita ko yung change of attitude nila. I recall the formula used by Gawad Kalinga, no? We change the place where they stay, you change their way of seeing things. No? So their attitude in life changes also. So maybe if I can change the workplace, making it very professional looking, no? Hopefully our people will also follow suit and be more professional in their dealings. So I think that's the way things are moving right now, no? Through driver's license units inside the malls, or what we call one-stop shop offices, where everything is there already within a secured place at no cost to government anymore. So I was telling our office here in central office, if you don't shape up, you don't address this issue, they will shut you down. I'll have to get clearance from my boss, of course, no, Secretary Bautista, but he's a zero tolerance person also. Uh, if you cannot, if we cannot clean it up, if there's too much there, you can just shut it down, transfer it to one of the one-stop shop centers, perhaps, no, who will be interested in this, or would bring in the licensing in one of the malls also. And the malls have all approached me and have signified that they were interested um, to provide the necessary facilities for our licensing centers. So maganda. I think this is something new that wasn't there before. And hopefully, in changing the place where they work, mawala si corruption.
And cleaning up your ranks. Parang,
Right, right.
I think so. Hopefully, sir. And what about naman po in terms of long-term plans for the LTO? Any other long-term plans that you have in mind?
Well, uh, sorry, there I go again. No? Oh. Well, long term, I hope it's not that long, but I guess the thrust, no, of not only of myself, but of the OTR, no, is to take advantage of technology. If we can put things online, whether it's a driver's license application or motor vehicle registration, then there will be no face-to-face opportunity for corruption to creep in. Plus, it will be simpler for the public, no, to transact with LTO online. Technology is there. We're starting to complete our system internally, to make it capable for online transaction.
So hopefully the thrust towards digitalization will also help
Yes,
in the other aspect.
the president has been very clear of this, no? He wants digitalization of the government processes, front end. So this is really in support of the instructions, no less, by the president.
Sir, so siguro as a last question po, no, what gives you hope in changing the LTO? Because I think a lot of times for these sort of institutions, it's already embedded na yung perception of people.
Oh, you know, in my 43 days, though very short, I've seen that even my own people in LTO would appreciate and would like to make these changes. They can see that it would not only make their lives better in terms of greater efficiency, but also again address the impression that there's so much corruption in LTO. If we can make our systems much better, like what people are saying, 15 minutes to just get your license, no? If we can really come up with timeline standards for everybody to follow and make our systems better, I think we can reverse the impression. At the same time, our people will have better lives because they can finish their jobs earlier, perhaps go home earlier also, no? And the public as a whole will benefit from this. Faster processing time. Investors would also want to put the investment in transportation because there's not too many bottlenecks anymore. And that's our approach, really. Our approach is treating our stakeholders as investors. If you want to put up a one-stop shop facility, we try to make it as seamless as possible. No, not too much red tape. Right. Because if you put a one-stop facility, everybody benefits. Right. If you want to put up a motor vehicle inspection center, same thing. No? I think that's the beauty of a secretary like Secretary Jim, no? Coming from the private sector. It's efficiency driven, then results driven also with proper timelines. So we're carrying over from that.
All right, sir. So thank you, no, again for your time.
Thank you as well.
As you can see, the LTO has quite a number of plans for the future, and they've also been acting on the recent incidents such as yung road rage issues. So again, this has been Lance Spencer Yu. Thank you for watching.